And so when people talk about, we got to pressure Trump on Twitter, we got to get our guys in there, we got to, there was like this campaign I talked about Dave Smith during the transition this year. They said no to Mike Pompeo. We got to tell Trump he can't hire Pompeo. I'm like, aren't you people tired? We did this 10 years ago. We went through all this bullshit. The personnel, everything I'm describing, we went through this the first time. And I talked a lot about this in 2024. It's like it just should have never been like that ever again. It's like Trump should have learned his lesson. He should have only brought people loyal to him into the the third campaign. Only brought people loyal to him into the second administration. It should have been Project 2025. And it should have been like everyone's on board. From top to bottom, from Trump down through the State Department, Treasury Department, all the way down to the lowest level guy. It should have been like at least 5,000 Trump hires that were as based and loyal as like a John McEntee. Loyalty tests, ideological tests. Are you America first? Are you loyal to the president? Are you going to support a tariff schedule, ending the wars, deporting everybody? Because if you're not, get out. But it's deja vu. We're playing the same game. And now it's like ICE wants to deport everybody, but Susie Wiles says no. Okay, well, why the fuck is she here? She didn't support Trump through January 6th. She's a lobbyist from South Florida. What business did... But she's bringing her people with her. She runs a campaign. She's a Trump whisperer. She's at Mar-a-Lago, where Trump is in Palm Beach. She's bringing all the spooks from South Florida like Rubio and Waltz and Pam Bondi. Personnel is policy. And so what you have now is that we are entering the second year of the second Trump administration. It shouldn't have even been possible. Like, the guy took a bullet for it to not be like this, for him to just run the table and just do what must be done. I will send the army, I'm Jerusalem. Like, he should have just been able to really transform America, like New Deal style overhaul, and it's not happening. What they're doing is peanuts. Yeah, there's some nice stuff in there, but it's too little, too late. The clock is running out. The midterms are next year. They're playing games. We're doing the same shit. And so I look at stuff like this and I'm like, okay, so they're going to bring in a few hundred Boers or whatever. Like, how about we deport 10 million people? How about we say immigration moratorium? Defy the courts, do whatever you need to do, but just like make the changes. But we're getting these like peanuts. And I said this last week, and some people, they deliberately misinterpreted it. I said, we're really barking up the wrong tree in a sense, because all Trump is doing now is pissing these people off. What are we really getting out of this? Yeah, we're getting some deportations. It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's not even really good. It's okay. But the Democrats, they think this is the Trumpenreich. Like, they think this is Hitler for real. They think this is the fascist takeover of America. The civil service is being gutted to clear the way, to cancel the elections so that Trump could be dictator for life, and we don't do kings here. Like, they're amped up. And they're shooting people. And like, they think this is Avengers Endgame. They think it's the Handmaiden's Tale. They think they're going to chop Thanos' head off. So here's the thing. If you're not serious, if you have subversion from within again, you don't even control your own team, if you're doing not enough, but you're pissing off the enemy and they are taking it deadly serious, you're just barking up the wrong tree. What are we doing other than pissing these people off and daring them to kill us now?
Okay, so this is kind of showing a rift I've noticed on X between the Republican Party. Nick is more extreme. He's very conservative. They call it the alt-right. So I've heard about Project 2025, and what Nick is saying is that based upon Trump almost being assassinated, being shot at, and then also him winning the popular vote and the electoral college, he believes that Trump should have had a mandate, and the Republicans have the House and the Senate and the executive branch. Nick believes that Trump should be able to put a moratorium on immigrants coming, but also that he should have the power to change taxes and transform the government as he sees fit. So Trump wants to potentially cut government programs, overhaul the federal government, get rid of bureaucrats, They've got rid of some people either through firing or offering them severance packages because they want to. Republicans want to limit the government, so they've limited the government in some ways. When Elon was at Doge, they tried to work on government waste. So it's actually many things that Trump has been doing, but Nick is saying that they haven't gone far enough. So the Democrats believe that all of the things Trump has been doing signal that he's doing too much. He's going too far. They call him a fascist. I don't. They compare him to Hitler. I don't. They're saying he's has too much power that he's using in the executive branch. Again, Nick wants Trump to go even further. Now, during the video where I had to kind of catch myself from just pausing it and reacting was Nick said Trump should be able to go against the courts. So in America, we have three branches. We have the legislative branch, House and Senate. They make the rules, right? They come up with the rule. They get voted in by the people. Then they come up with the laws and they vote on the laws. And when they pass through both houses, they become law. So the executive branch mostly is supposed to be used for foreign defense and like helping with big social programs like welfare, etc. That's the power that the executive branch has. Again, the legislature is supposed to control the bills and the laws and what happens in our day-to-day lives. We're able to vote on those people every 2 years for the House and then every 6 years for the Senate. And then what the judiciary branch is supposed to do is they're supposed to watch both branches and make sure those branches don't break away from amendments and things that are already in the Constitution, as well as make sure they follow the existing laws. So they call it the three branches and its checks and balances. Each branch is supposed to watch and monitor the other two branches to make sure one doesn't get too powerful. So currently, the Democrats are worried that Trump is too powerful. So the courts have been, people have been bringing lawsuits against the Trump administration. And Trump has also been bringing lawsuits against the states, as both the states and the federal government sometimes don't agree. And the judicial branch has to decide, well, what's acceptable? What is legal? What can be done under the Constitution? So I disagree with Nick because I think that the way our government was set up, it was to stop kings. And I'm not calling Trump a king. And it was supposed to stop kings and just not oligarchs, but groups or people becoming too powerful. So right now the Republicans have the power, Trump has the power, and I think the courts are doing the right thing by hearing the cases. You hear them first in the local courts, then they hear them in the appeals court, and then if they can't decide between the local court and the appeals court, they go to the Supreme Court, which most people know has the 9 judges. So I think that the government and the system that we have set up, though it's tedious and though both sides don't always win, I think it's set up as best as any society we have. So I don't have a problem with the courts monitoring Trump and sometimes voting against him, because sometimes they vote with him, but sometimes they vote against him. And I think it would be wrong of Trump to go against the judicial branch, because then he would be proving the Democrats right. If we ever have a president who doesn't follow the rule of law that goes from either and or the House and Senate or the judicial branch, I believe they're acting as a dictatorship, fascist, monarchy, etc. And I believe we can't have that in American politics. So again, this time I agree with some of what I didn't agree with what Nick said. I just understood where he was coming from. He's more conservative than Trump and the mainstream Republicans, so he wants more. A lot of the conservative base does want more. But then I also think the reason why I don't support the alt-right is because they go too far. So I believe that some of the things Nick wants are too extreme, and him saying go against the judiciary branch, I believe is illegal. If you like this video, please smash the like button, comment, and subscribe. New shows airing Monday through Thursday.